Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Shabbat Shema Kadash. We say I say Kal Halal right there when we see that 444. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of great millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, hopeful like tabernacle of David. And the brother slash elder, Yashawan from the west. and uh, I have a little testimony about a demon attack last night. So, and I'm gonna try to keep it short. Um, so I'm gonna start with Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou may beest increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee order thy way aright, and trust in him. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. The attacks are going to become more severe and more frequent. And when I say the attacks, I'm talking about spiritual attacks or demonic attacks for that matter. So I know that what happened last night was a demonic attack. So it kind of started, I had to go to work last night in a different town, so I had to drive. And so I drove to the work site, and I got set up, and I went to work, and I started doing my thing. And while I was working, I caught what I thought was a crimp, but it was an unusual crimp. And the work that I do, you get cramps, and you kind of got to play through it. Got to play through a cramp sometime, right? So, I got a cramp, and I played through it. Playing hurt is what you call it, right? And so it came to the end of that segment, and so I stood up, and I had no feeling in my leg. Kind of like, when you hit your funny bone or whatever, and it takes a while to come in. It might take a few seconds, no longer than 2 minutes. After that, there's something wrong. But anyway, no feeling was coming back, and I couldn't really put pressure on my leg, and it happened in the frontal groin area. And really, I've never had a cramp per se happen there. I don't think there's a muscle there anyway, and it was weird, and it was this real, sharp pain that I was able to make it through the segment. After that, I tried to stand up and couldn't, and then I got through it. We took a break or something, and they had some speakers or whatever, so I got a little reprieve and was able to recover. And so I finished what I was doing and then went home, drove home, and everything was fine. And then got in the bed next to my wife, and according to her, I fell asleep and was most likely snoring. That's when she knows that I'm asleep. She knew I was asleep. And she said I popped up out of bed, screaming, basically, in pain. And it scared her because she's never seen me like that. Okay? And what proceeded to happen after that was it was exactly in the same spot. It was that same whatever the fuck was going on. This time I was laying in the bed, and this thing got me and had me. And if it was a normal cramp, when you've had cramps all your life, you have different ways of, getting them to subside or whatever. This thing was different, okay? First of all, I've never had a cramp there. I don't even know if you can. And I learned earlier from the earlier experience at work that there's no real way to get it to subside. So I don't know what I did when it subsided the first time, all I can think of is I breathed my way through it. Because you can't massage a muscle or something like that. So anyway, um, I knew I was in trouble because I had no control over whatever this pain was that I'm calling a cramp. And so I didn't think immediately to call upon the name of the Lord. I don't know why, but I didn't. I was being challenged. And it wasn't until 5 minutes in trying to figure out, well, what do I do? I couldn't think of what to do because this is so abnormal. It's new, a new kind of pain. And at some point, I'm like, this is a pain demon. It occurred to me. And I was trying to alleviate it in the wrong way. As soon as I identified what was going on as a pain demon and understood what I had to do in order to take control of the situation, the whole situation changed. Immediately, I'm like, oh, this is a demon. And it occurred to me, oh, I know how to fight demons, right? And it wasn't until then that I started calling on the name of the Lord and praying, right? Because I thought that I could, and I was half asleep while this was going on. I'm like, what's going on? And I was woken out of sleep, and I'm like, I'm being attacked. As soon as I identified the pain as a pain demon, I knew that I was in a spiritual fight with the demon. It wasn't even about the pain anymore. I knew I could handle the pain. The question was, this demon, this is a new demon coming under a new guise. And I understood that. I'm like, oh, this demon stronger than any other demon that I've had to encounter, because I've encountered demons like this before in this situation, that I understand what's going on. So this pain demon is on me and hammering me and getting the best of me. And then I'm like, oh, this demon, I'm in a spiritual fight. I said, okay, I know how to fight back. And I took control of the situation. I started calling on the name of the Lord and started to get the upper hand, right? And then I'm like, okay, now what do you do to alleviate the pain? Once I started whooping the demons as I knew that he was on the ropes, I'm like, what do you do now to alleviate the pain? Or just deal? I'm like, are you just going to have to just deal with it until it goes away? That became an option, right? And then I remember, just breathe deep. Just start breathing deep. And once I started to calm myself down from the fear of the pain that the demon was inflicting. See, he was distracting me. The demon was distracting me with the pain, right? So that he could attack me with fear, right? Once I understood, oh, I'm fighting a demon. And this is a spiritual fight. How do you win the spiritual fight, right? Well, immediately, as soon as I woke up in pain, I need to train myself to be calling on the name of the Lord. As soon as you pop out of a sleep or whatever, if there's turmoil or whatever, you should be calling on the name of the Lord no matter what. And that's the moral of the story. Okay? That's the moral of the story. And so when I woke up this morning, after I went to, so according to my wife, I went, walked around for a while, went back to sleep, and everything was fine. Woke up this morning, and I thought about it, and I'm like, well, what is going on? What was that about? And you have to look at everything in the spirit, especially now. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm being tried at a higher level, right? Which we all are. So let me read this again. Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Sometimes you got to read this again and, re-emblazon it right next to the Most High name in your forehead. Set thy heart aright, your mind, right? Calibrate the name right next to your mission, right? And constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble, because it's coming, and it's coming more and more intense. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased, that thou last. And guess what? Right after all of this happened, I'm a little perplexed, and I'm like, okay, some encouragement would be real cool, and some confirmation that I'm doing the right thing at any level, right? And the confirmation kind of came, it came in the form of a joke where the elder apostle Tahar was, he was making fun of me and Skeletor, right? In this situation right here. And I made a little funny video. It's not funny, it's just, to me, because he's poking fun at me. And for me, that's, that's the spirit acknowledging that whatever I'm doing it right and keep doing it. What am I doing? I've been working lately in this spot where I've met a lot of new people. And I don't know how long I'm going to be there or whatever, but how do you give them warning, in such a short time? So my MO has been just teach the name and tell them, look, learn the name, follow the name, and Great Millstone follows the name, right? So how do you teach them and point them in the right direction in a nutshell? Because that's how much time, we don't have time to teach them everything. How do you, point them in the right direction in the time that is left? Because we're almost off the street, right? So I'm like, okay, well, whoever can grasp or hold the frequency of the name, right? Continue to teach that person, learn the name, follow the name. Great Millstone follows the name. Not too many other camps follow the name. You understand? Not without slipping in a 501c3 tag. Christ, right? Christ bless some bullshit. So there's been a lot of that, okay? And when I go to camp, all right, my camps, there's been a great spirit on me about, we're real close to the end. What message do you send to the 11th hour Israelites? The ones just coming in, the ones that are scared, the ones that are not, they don't have 15 years to learn what we learned, right? So how do you put that 15 years into Sirach 2:1? My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, hey, you bring them, hey man, you're going to get jacked up, get ready. But everybody's going to get jacked up. You might as well get a reward for it. What is your last minute pitch? Because time is short. Because you got to teach right up to the end. So what are you saying? Most High going to kill you. It's not that anymore, right? What is your pitch now? If you don't do this, Most High going to kill you. Everybody can see that the handwriting is on the wall. How do you get in? Learn the name. Okay. Follow the name. Great Millstone follows the name. Okay. And then see, the Spirit of the Lord is going to lead you into all truth. Great Millstone is the way. The 100% truth. Okay. So I've been doing that, and I've seen a couple of things in the Spirit that gave me confirmation. One of the things that happened to me that gave me confirmation I'm doing the right thing in the Spirit was the check engine light in my car that's been off for, the light has been on showing codes now. The auto mechanic charged me a bunch of money and couldn't figure it out. Didn't give me my money back. It's been going on for 9 months, right? Right after I knew that one of these new guys who could retain the frequency of the name, once he gave me the salute, right? He saluted me. I'm like, okay, he's holding the frequency. I left out of that and the car just fixed itself. And I'm like, what the heck was that? And I know, the worldly reason or whatever, but in the spirit, I know that that was some sort of confirmation or affirmation, right? And we're in the time right now that you should be walking in the spirit, meaning everything you do and see first, right, is scrutinized through the spirit. And then the worldly or the physical or whatever. But first, you see everything and you scrutinize everything with a spiritual eye, inadvertently, okay, automatically, all right? And that's where you should be now. That's the way. The way through the valley of the shadow of death is with a spiritual eye, okay? Because if you're not using spiritual discernment, you will be deceived. Look at Nate and them. We're looking at it and saying, look at these traps. You'd be a fool to walk right into that trap. You know how many fools can't wait to run and put on a purple schmuck when it's time to get cuffed and stuff. That thing is over. People are signing up right now, running. They can run right into a chip. Did I say that word? Anyway, let me get one more. 1 Peter 4:12, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened to you. Hey, nothing strange happened last night when that demon was on me, pushing me to my limit. Like, this motherfucker's whooping my ass. And what is that? Why did the Most High do that? Push me to my pain threshold, because that's what is coming. Okay. Whatever it is, I'm going to have to play hurt. Get ready. You understand? And that's what this is saying. Hey, nigga. Why are you tripping? Because you in some pain and going through some hardship. That's normal. That's nothing new. That ain't strange. Okay. And look, but rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings. Nigga, you are not even going to come close to no scourge and no cat o' nine tails and getting whipped and scourged and beat down before you're hung by a tree. Okay? You're not going to go through that, Lord willing. What you're going to go through, nigga, is what you can survive within an inch of your life. And I don't say that in a joking way. I'm just saying that you got to bear your cross, and whatever you're about to go through ain't as bad as what Yahushua went through. Because you absolutely deserve it, and he didn't. So that's it right there. Okay. Now, as far as King Solomon, that's a different story. But Yahushua, you try getting it completely right, and you still got to, you know what I'm saying? How easy is that? You're not about to go through that. You don't understand that anyway. spiritually. So get ready for greater demons. Get ready for pain and suffering. What is this saying? The fiery trial is about pain. Let's get a couple of these. Fiery ordeal, trials, fire. Ordeal. Let's see. Give me something that. Fiery troubles, painful tests. How about that? That's pretty straightforward. This is what happened last night. My dear friends, when that demon jumps on you and is pummeling you, all right, and you're suffering, don't trip. It's coming. My dear friend, don't trip when the demon is whooping your ass within an inch of your life. Take it like a man and understand that I'm with you. All right, what does he say after that? But rejoice, right? That you may be overjoyed at the revelation of his glory. See, you got to take an ass whooping like he did. What? What, nigga? You don't understand what you're involved in? Okay? You got to take an ass whooping. That's what this is about. This is about suffering. Let me go back to that. Painful test. My dear friends, do not be surprised at the painful test you are suffering as though something unusual were happening. Fiery ordeal, trial by fire, scorching flame of persecution. Here comes what? Persecution ain't even started in earnest yet. But the scorching flame of it, you're about to feel it. Right? So the little demon jumping on me and putting some pressure on me, that's just the beginning of what is coming. So get ready. And the Most High is waking you up and preparing, putting it on you. Get ready, nigga. Gonna hurt you right here, gonna hurt you right here. They're gonna torture you. What they do to Yahushua? It's called torture. Except for today, a little white man with some beady glasses walks through a door in a black hat and a cape, cloak, and a black bag, and then he unrolls the black bag and starts pulling shit out of it and smiling to himself. That's torture today. Abu Ghraib, nigga. Okay? What the hell do you think is going on at Guantanamo? They had to refurbish that sword for your black ass. All right? Fiery suffering. All right? Refining of fire. Oh, look at that. Do not be astonished at the refining of fire in you, being for trial to you, burning heat, so true. Weird. Oh, Salaki, fiery ordeal, temptations. Being brought, as it were, to the test of fire. That's the English version. The New Cockney version. Scorching flame of persecution. We saw the fiery test taking place. So there it is, man. Let's get this for good measure. What is it? James. First James. James 1. James Brown. So, brother, it's like James 1. Okay, so it's all through the scriptures. What happened to the apostles? How did they go down? And you want to be a prophet. How long will you kill our prophets while you stand aside and look? We are all just a part of it. We have to fulfill the book of the prophets. James 1 and 2, my brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations. What is that? When you fall into, whenever you face trials of many kinds, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. So when a demon jumps on you and you're writhing in pain in front of your wife and she's worried because you're squealing in a noise that she's never heard before and she's worried, you're like this, hey, Most High is dealing with. Do you know what this means? It means the Most High is dealing with, and then he sends you some confirmation. He laughs with you. He said, yeah, you got through last night, didn't you? He gives a little chuckle, and you understand what's going on. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. This is how it works. Esteem it all joy. Hey, the Most High is dealing with you. Okay? Consider it pure joy when you encounter trials. Trials. Manifold temptations. Consider yourselves fortunate when all kind of trials come your way. Hedged in. When you're just catching hell, one thing after another, hedged in. Of many kinds, manifold, manyfold, various, diverse. Consider everything. Hey, nigga, I'm in there. And I kept saying that to myself. You know what this means? After what I call the confirmation. So, call halal Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So, reckon it nothing but joy whenever you find yourself hedged in. Okay? I haven't had any of, I do have to go in and, exercise the room of demons. Haven't done that yet, but because I don't want to find myself edged in tonight. But I'm getting some rest. I was tired or whatever. Anyway, 1 Peter 4 and 7. Slack it for going too long. 1 Peter 4 and 7. KJ and the V. King James. But the end of all things is at hand. Be therefore sober and watch unto prayer. All right. Get ready for the level of attacks and the level of demonic energy to increase. And you know how to get through. Immediately call upon the name of Yahweh Shemeshah. With that, we hope that the elect ratified you, brother and sisters.